there's no year government no dey put billion to buy equipment.
Because time not dey again, you know the number of generals when they retire recently, right?
Yeah.
You know how much wey government invest, they train them, send them go different courses, different get training outside Pakistan, this one, that one. So
and you know how much government go take retire general. I hope you are aware. You know, say a general for about 4 or 6 soldiers they stay with until the last day. That will not be forget. So you dey talk say VIP. You want to tell me now say it will say the late Solomon Abasa never died. You want to make police when they guide them about 6 or 8 when they come out go well now. They did there now. They did. So all those ones, Nigeria they know how to talk to us, how to tickle our fancy. We just laugh small and forget about the pain.
Time not again. So time not again. Kingsley, time not again. I bet you get. That's what this program today. So just one word to federal government. Just one word. As we all to Nigerians, your brothers and sisters.
The thing, like I said, Apollo, it's not issue of the paint house where it don't fall. Now the foundation. It comes to issue of able to elect the right leaders in any area of government. If Nigerians can elect, we can now choose people where go fit make policies, where go fit make laws. Like my brother just said, see, this guy, like I said, truth is a scarce commodity in Nigeria. He's been giving us facts and figures, telling us the way it is. It's not painting it, and I'm happy about that. That is what we should be doing. Not wait for letting evil. If you get opportunity, talk truth. That your small WhatsApp group. He gets some people WhatsApp administration and WhatsApp admin. Only to even because you not talk for him party, he go remove you, he go block you. Now, he not be governor, he not be chairman. Only WhatsApp admin, he they block.
Okay, Kingsley, they don't tell us we could wrap up. The same will wrap up. We salute you from all the time we take spent. They also contribute to nation building. Before we come out here, like I talk, as a time, our raffle draw now every 2 days. *347 *732 hash. Just test yourself. Tell yourself this ITV has a tell yourself. What is it all about? Make a try. *347 *732 hash, and you don't join us with that. Also, I thank you well for time we take join us this evening for nation building. And my brother from UK, I salute you too for the time we take join us. We'll do this thing again next week by the grace of God. By tomorrow we'll do it now for Good Morning Nigeria, and we'll do one-on-one with the State Commissioner for Information. We'll open the lines, make we talk to them concerning Edo and where Edo dey. Until then, God bless Nigeria. My name is Emmanuel Pololo. Bye-bye.
Oṣòdì aṣáájú ẹ̀ abẹ́rẹ́ tó pẹ́ ẹ̀. Àyàbá sọ́kì ẹ̀ abẹ́rẹ́ tó pẹ́ ẹ̀. Àlàyé àtọ́jú ẹ̀ abẹ́rẹ́ tó pẹ́ ẹ̀. Ẹgbẹ̀túwà.
ITV, certainly the best.
Welcome to Market Survey, your weekly guide to the pulse of trade and daily living in Benin City. Today, we take you to Oluku Market. Oluku Market serves as a key distribution point for goods coming into Benin City from the northern Nigeria and other parts of the country. In recent months, the rising cost of food items has continued to affect households, and onions, a key staple food in almost every Nigerian meal, have not been spared. Once considered an affordable ingredient, onions have become noticeably more expensive in many markets. On this edition of Market Survey, we focus on the price of onions in Oluku Market. We'll find out the current market rates, what's driving the change, and how traders are coping with the new realities. Stay tuned as we bring you insights straight from the market.
How the market of onions be now? How the price is there for market?
So the price don't come down small. No be like it before. Okay. But now the bag you ask Abi how are they selling for them? Yes. Abi for the bag.
So how you take they buy the bag for market? Because now you say the price don't reduce.
Yes, the price was 75 this one. Okay. For one bag. So now I can sell the one 100 naira 200 for pieces. Yes. And the small new one I can sell 150 to 100 naira.
So how much you they buy the bag before?
Before it cost so we don't reach 300 to something 280. But now don't come down way. Okay.
So all those ones where you tie for them now, what will be the least price, the smallest price where you feel sell them?
Not 200. Yes, 200. And this one what they put up for inside lalo, they say 200.
So now your customer now they complain say the thing still there on the high side, even as you talk to can say it don't come down.
It don't come down now. Any person where they buy onions now, you know say it don't come down. Because the smallest one before, now it be 200. We get the one what they said before, 500.
Okay.
See now I can say 200. You know say don't come down, the price don't come down way. Try 200 this one.
This one now you tell 200.
Yeah, 200.
So now be the least.
And I be the last amount this
so
one.
you not get 100 naira own.
101. This one is a small. I put the 4 point inside 200.
Okay.
And the small one this type. This one like this, now be 100 naira for one.
Okay.
And the second one this type, I can say 200, 500.
Okay.
And
200 naira for one.
200 naira for one, 500.
Okay. You not get the one where they say 500 for one.
No, did that one.
Okay. Because
The,
the price don't.
and the price no go there. If you go there, I will sell like that. And you say the market be like a rubber, you know if you cut them. If you carry go to follow you long, you know if you cut them. That's what the market be.
How onions be now for market, how you take they sell onions for market. But firstly, I want to know that prices don't reduce.
No, now onion don't cost now. You don't add money well now. Yes.
So how much now you say they buy the bag now as it don't cost?
Now 120 after they buy back now. 120? Yes.
The bag gets different sizes?
It gets small, it get big one. Big one 120, small 50,000.
So how much you pay till they buy them before? Because now you say it don't cost.
Before that time where no cost. They buy small one 20,000, big one 50,000.
Okay.
Yes.
So but now that big one will be 120,000. Yes. So this basket with your hand now, if you full them, this small one with the inside, how much you take they said the onions if you full them?
If you put that, I will say down 5,000.
This one 5,000?
Yes.
Last, even if the person price?
The last, yes.
Then this other one, if you full, how much did they sell?
I will sell it for 8,000.
This one 8,000. Yes. Even if the person price now still 8,000.
I'll pick come up 500 for her now.
Yes. So this one 8,000. Yes. This one 5,000 last.
Last.
So which one be the least price where you say the smallest price where you say you fit sell last for like the small amount where you sell for your onions?
Onions 500. 200 naira the smallest price.
200 naira be the smallest price where you buy.
100 naira now no day.
Okay. So now we be say the price now don't increase the way you take talk. Customer where they come buy now they complain, they give you say this thing too expensive.
If you know like I may drop my onion now.
Yeah. So how you take they sell them? How you take they sell the onions with there so?
For one, one it get 15 naira. It get 100 naira, it get 200.
So which one be 15 naira, which one be 100 naira?
That one, 15 naira.
Okay.
That size now be 100 naira.
Okay.
This one no reach 200 a pass. 150.
Last price.
Last price this one. 150. Now the last price.
So this one they say 200 and they shade like many because I see like 1, 2, 3, 4 they'll shade and 200 naira.
That's small. This one 200.
Okay, for this one's like this. The small one if they gather at 200.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how much they say they buy the bag? Yes.
Now they buy one bag. Small.
Yes.
15. 50,000.
Yes.
That before they sell 25, 24.
Yes. So but now how much you got to the buyer?
50.
50,000. The one that they said 25 before now 50 now. Okay,
yes.
It don't add price.
From discussion with traders here in the local market, it's clear that the prices of onions are seeing a significant rise compared to previous months. According to traders, most of the onions sold in Benin come from the northern state, particularly Kano, Sokoto, and Kaduna. Transportation costs remain one of the biggest factors behind the increase. The high price of fuel and the cost of loading and offloading goods have all contributed to the upward trend. Seasonal changes also play a role during the rainy season. Onion supply often drops because excess moisture affects storage and causes spoilage. As a result, fewer onions reach the market and prices rise sharply. Traders say they struggle to balance profit and customer satisfaction. They buy at high prices and are forced to sell at higher rates, knowing that too much increase could drive buyers away.
So all these onions now where you tie for cellophane, the way you take tie and how much they sell and last?
200.
Maybe the last price. So if person price at 150 now, you know say?
No, say.
The price for onions, you don't come down, I be still there up.
No, we come down. It don't cost.
It don't cost?
Yes.
Where?
It don't cost, why?
How sound until they buy it before?
It don't cost, why, no be small.
So this basket now where you take shade potato, if you put onions for inside now, how much you take sell am?
Down 10,000.
Last price?
Yes.
How you want to sell am?
Last price 10,000.
But what if you know say onions get different sizes, small one and big one? If not the small one there for inside here, so now be 10,000.
No, yeah. Anyway.
So anyone, whether small one or big one, if you there here na 10,000 or last.
Yes.
So okay. If you there inside here, now how much last?
10,000 now.
Last. How much they sell last?
Now 200.
This one like this now 200. I don't give you 5,000. Yes,
last price na 200. Sima ko down na big one na 200. That one na small. Nobody something. That one na big one, small one na 200.
Yes. Okay. So this basket now, how much they sell like 50?
Sima ko.
This basket like for small one like this one for how much they sell and this one?
Sima ko down to put basket.
Yes.
Na 1,500 na 2,000. Sima ko down one na 8,000 na 7,000.
Okay. Is this one full 8,000, 7,000?
Yes.
This one full 1,500, 2,000?
Yes.
So you know they sell like 100 naira or 50 naira?
No, you no get 50 naira now. Sima ko down na small 100 naira. Sima ko down na small one. No see 50 naira.
So how you raising the price now? You don't come down for market. It's still there on the high side. It's there up.
Sima ko down one market. See, no market. Today now almost anyone it don't cost.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
As this your onions be like this for this rubber now, how much did they sell am?
We sell at 20,000.
Last price.
The last price.
As it be so because now small ones there. If na big one a different price.
If na big on different price.
How much you take sell if na big?
25. Na seller. Last price.
Now small ones like this one are 20,000.
Na 20,000 because a single is 100 naira. This small one is 50 naira.
Okay.
So I would say if people space one say or pick on this one 6,500 or 7,500. This one is 6,200 or 5,200. That's why to sell it.
This basket now.
This one basket I sell at 5,000. This one.
If it full.
If you
shave and wear 5,000.
If you shave and wear because now when it don't come down now.
It don't come down.
It don't come down. How should I people this one go this 15,000 or 20,000? So now it don't come down now.
So how much do they buy bag as it don't take come down?
The bag, the small bag that is 50,000. The big bag that is 70,000. I will sell it.
Yeah. Now they buy.
Now they buy for ring road here.
How much they buy it before? Wait cost.
Before 150, 200 massive.
So now I don't really draw.
You don't need to draw.
So all those ones now where you shade, all those ones where they sell it, how much?
It's a 200. 200. If we sell it, it's 3,500.
Okay, the theory, if you share this theory, now person to buy at 500.
Yes, so if you sell it.
Okay.
So even because of the problem why we facing, now because of the road, before owners come here, motor don't spoil. So that is why if not, only go come down way.
So now they say the reason why the price still there.
Yeah, so because of the transport. For instance now, if you buy timber for that side, so before you come here, some of them don't spoil. So this 3 of them, I go take increase the money so that I go see small money for inside. If you not, only is not supposed to be like this. So it's supposed to come down. Now because of the road what we are facing. So that is why.
But why they be like that? How many days did they spend for road if they come?
If I buy on Thursday, so motor pick on Saturday or Sunday. So because of road, the fee reach Monday or Tuesday before you come here. How should they no more? If a motor enter road on Thursday, Friday, in the evening, it's supposed to reach Benin here. So now because of the road, that is why owners go take before reach. So I wish now my store today, you go see many bag waste for. So if you know because of down, owners go just come down like this.
So that one you think say that be the reason why make
a day small. Make a day small. I wish you get better road normal. So if owners motor enter on Thursday, Friday, in the evening time on the night, motor go reach Benin here. Owners no go spoil. So instead they reach on Saturday, it never reach on Monday or Tuesday. Now you go come because of the road, hot dog and lack of hot for road. So that is why.
But
if you know
this onions now you get the season where we say it's a cheap, where we say now it's season for onions.
That season within now.
Now so this one season now.
That season within now. Why? Because that season only for Kano. This one are Kano onions.
Okay.
So Sokoto and Aleru, Kebbi State in Abarish.
Okay.
In Abarish. Maybe before Christmas, Sokoto and Kano, Sokoto and Kebbi State. So they only bring come out. So now only Kano now get onions, and they under the season of onions. So now because of the one way it's spoiled for inside, I just put up for ground so that bees in the inside. I just pick a small. Don't way dry, I pick sale. Don't way no dry, I pick throw away. Because of the market, you know, say the market, if you game and if you short, so this one, you know, the period because of the time that will be short for market. So if the time come way to achieve our aim, we go achieve. Because you know about dry now, how should the only dry? Maybe you know be like this. Even though because of the road, you know, peaceful like that. So that is why I put up for ground so that the breeze make the enter. So that made the dry small.
Like how many days you take dry?
No, it depends. The one way spoil, I don't pick a small. The one way dry, I feel about it, say small. Now till the 2 weeks, must say, you not go do anything unless I pick the small way. The one way is spoil. You see, if you look this one, now the one way is spoil. Why I pick for inside? Yeah. This one is one way spoil. I pick for inside because it never dry from that side. Because run the fall for that side, and if they bring a corn and rain fall for here, so that is why it will be short for owners. Never dry. House only dry, but there are no sites. Rain don't stop, so owners no go spoil after they spoil by this time.
So all these ones now when they say don't get this thing way grow on top, they still good.
No,
all
yes,
these plants come outside.
No, they still. The still go small. Happy sell it, manage. So no say this one I see we spoil. No be so we say I do one way dry. Okay. So that is why we don't manage for onions. Why? Because the time way to achieve we be achieve. The time we be short we be short because market na so market be. You get the day where you enjoy the market. You get the day where you short. So that is why now we do manage.
So what will be your advice now for people wey be say still they buy in bulk like this? Wey be say they go see like almost all of them don almost spoil. How they will take preserve them?
So if you buy onions where it spoil, if you put up for ground, the one way spoil, you go just the pick a small. The one way dry, you go just leave and make breathe the entire. So that even though you go short, you no go short as the thing they pay you, go just short small. For this now, last week as I buy onions for that side, so na 7 bag. So as I carry come here, na 4 bag nice for inside. 3 bag I don't manage, but the one way spoil and the one way no spoil, I just gather together. I just save small. Even though I don't see my game, supply the money may correct. So that is why we don't manage.
So how na say they preserve and may not spoil? Maybe the one where you bring come, where you buy come the bags. How you say they keep and may not spoil, may water not enter?
So now I know they buy many because we never dry. Okay. I dey buy small small like 7 bag, 5 bag if I come. I fit sell the 3 bag, I fit put am for ground so that I dey sell small. Before next week, I don sell finish. So na so market be with the manage now.
But what if you buy many, you wan keep am, you wan preserve am, how you take preserve am?
So I no fit buy money now. I think say never dry. Yeah. So if I buy money, I no say never dry. Why I buy? I don't short by myself. Okay. So in never dry, I go just buy small. If time reach to buy many, I go buy many. Why? Because that time the north side then stop and here then stop. So don't dry for that side. If I come here, you see dry. So I know they buy many. If I buy many, I no say na my own. I don't short. Why? Because I no say for that place. Only so never dry. Why I buy money come here? So even though I short, that one I know say I'm short. Why I buy plenty onions? So that one my own. I don't go care for anybody. I will care for myself. You understand? So that is why.
So this one we dey ground now. How you say no the one we be say stick don e good when you come away don dry? You say no the one we don dry for all these ones?
See, this one never dry, and this one don't dry.
Okay. This one now we be say get fruit like this never dry.
You never say touch. Water the day. Yeah. This one, even though dry, to bet it spoil. To this one. Not be decent. Yeah. So the manage now. The manage for onions. Never dry because na new onions. Maybe if we internet say that time we know the cry for onion because it don't dry.
But if the onions dry, because you say now most time the transporter come now it spoil. But if it dry well, if it spend like how many days for road, it go spoil.
So even though it dry, so sometimes if it reach 5 days or 3 days or 4 days, it no go spoil. If you see onions spoil by that during onions don't dry, so if you see onions spoil, maybe the motor not spoil for road. So before they transfer to another motor, he had maybe if you spoil immediately in the night. So before you call the first one to offload for you, time then you go. So the time to offload or to transferring motor to another motor. So by that time then you go. So that is why you see owner spoil. Even me say, but even now myself, now because sometimes they see owner don't spoil, now because of the motor. Okay. If motor spoil before then transferring to another motor, time don't you go. So that is why. With the short, but with the faith for God, we go pray for God, so that everything, even though you go short, you go short small. Even though you no see you again, so far your money correct.
Overall, the market survey shows that the rising cost of onions reflects broader economic challenges, from transportation to inflation and seasonal shortages. Still, traders remain hopeful that with better transport conditions and more stable fuel prices, onions will soon become more affordable again.
And we've come to the end of today's edition on Market Survey. And we got to know the prices of onions in markets and if those prices have reduced or they've increased. But due to some interviews that we got from traders, we got to know that the prices has increased a bit. And some say it is due to transportation and spoilage of onions when being transported. And that's it on today's edition of Market Survey. I am Stephanie Notariwa. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you very much for joining us on the program Healthy Living. What is the kidney?
The kidney is an excretory organ in the body, which is for metabolism.
Tuberculosis affects many organs in the body, but the common ones it usually affects is the lungs.
Epilepsy is a neurological problem.
Okay.
It is an injury in the brain, which causes someone to begin to convulse, to go into fits.
It is curable but the cure is a long-term thing.
If you eat well and avoid those risk factors that will make your immunity to be down, then the risk of contracting tuberculosis will be reduced.
If you're healthy, then you're wealthy.
ITV, certainly the best.
In the evening of the initiation day, all the newly initiated Edion danced to the residents of the Odion Way and also visited some homes of the various senior elders, where Chief Elder Ogbeide Onwonse was very conspicuous, especially at the country home of Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osaro Igbenedion with his family on the night of the initiation. On the following morning, as part of the rite to be performed by the newly initiated Edion in Okada town, the initiates, led by Chief Elder Ogbeide Onwonse, visited the Esama of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osaro Igbenedion, at his Okada country home residence to pay homage and appreciate him for all he has done in the development of the community, which has placed Okada in world map. They also thanked him for his role in the success of their ceremony. They commended the Esama of Benin as a custodian of Benin cultural heritage and for revitalizing the age-long tradition of the age-grade ceremony.
Responsibility and duties as the Minister of Defense. The newly appointed Minister of Defense and immediate past Chief of Defense Staff, retired General Christopher Musa, on Friday assumed duty at the Ministry of Defense, Ship House, Abuja. Musa, appointed on Tuesday by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu following the resignation of former Minister Muhammad Madaru, was confirmed by the Senate on Thursday. His appointment, welcomed across various sectors, is expected to further strengthen defense operations, with many citing his record of firm and innovative leadership as defense chief between 2023 and 2025. New minister arrived at the ministry at about 11:10 a.m., inspected the quarter guard in line with military tradition, and exchanged pleasantries with service chiefs and top officials on arrival. Let's hope he can bring a new vista of hope to the security architecture in Nigeria. Whether I like it or not, things are certainly not in the best shape at the moment as it relates to insecurity. And that's the major thrust of our discussion today. We're talking about the Boko Haram insurgency. We're talking about ISWAP, talking about banditry that is taking a toll on the 6th geopolitical zone. No zone is spared. And this has come into the situation that we're in now. We hope that General Christopher Musa can lead a new defense structures to deal with these issues head on. A little bit of politics. A court party faction has moved to halt Osun governorship primaries. A faction of the Accord Party launched a legal action before the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, seeking to avoid the party's forthcoming Osun State governorship primaries and to affirm the suspension of the party's national chairman, Maxwell Ugbudem. The suit, filed on December 3, 2025, was instituted by Oliver Bitrus, who listed the Accord Party, Ugbudem, and of course the Independent National Electoral Commission as the first, second, and third defendants. Bitrus, represented by counsel Daniel Diachi, contends that Ugbudem and his deputy chief Okeonwosu were duly suspended by a faction of the party over alleged anti-party activities, adding that the faction subsequently appointed Professor Chris Imumele as replacement, relying on a federal high court judgment that recognizes him as the lawful national leader. And finally, former Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has slammed President Tinubu's nomination of ex-INEC chair as ambassador. Atiku Abubakar criticized Tinubu's nomination of Mahmoud Yakubu, the immediate past chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, for ambassador's post, saying that if he were president of Nigeria, he would never nominate a past INEC chairman as an ambassador. In a statement posted on his X handle on Thursday, he said he would not consider such a move, insisting it would send the wrong signals to the public and undermine trust in the electoral system. Okay, with this, I say welcome to the show, Politics Today, coming to you live on independent television and radio, and that's because it's a simulcast. And I'm Sonny Duke Okosun. Today on the show, we'll look at the challenge, the burgeoning problem of insecurity in the country, and we're bringing it to the global parliament to give us insight on what new strategies needs to be adopted to take on head-on this big monster that is beginning to take a toll on Nigeria politically, socially, morally, just name it. All right, and I'd like to welcome our panelist. Uyosa is joining us from the UK. Uyosa is a cybersecurity expert. Uyosa Adobo, many thanks again for joining us on the program Politics Today on independent television and radio. Good to see you, and compliments of the season.
Good morning. Good to see you. Thank you. Compliments.
Thank you. We also have Dr. Osaze Iyoha, a development economist, who is also joining us virtually from Canada. Dr. Osaze, it's always a delight to have you on the program. Thank you for joining us. Okay, I wouldn't know if Dr. Osaze can hear me. Can you hear me, Dr. Osaze? Can you hear me?
The mic is mute. The mic.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Sonny. It's nice to be here.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. We're also expecting another panelist to join us from Canada, former chairman of Ovia Southwest Local Government, Honorable Morrison Ogunobo Ovia. Morrison, if you're live with us on the show, just say something to us so we can know you're there with us. Good to have you on board the program. Compliments of the season. Okay, we hope I'll be able to join us much later. Now, for most analysts, dealing with the insecurity challenge in Nigeria is beyond political appointment. As a matter of fact, it's beyond appointment. It's more about us telling ourselves the truth and allowing the truth to guide our actions and inactions going forward. General Christopher Musa is now in the saddle as the Minister of Defense. As some say, he has both the political powers and he also has the professional experience and competence to deal with this issue. What are the expectations like? I can tell you for sure and for free, they are quite high. But what does he need to do differently to change the story about the insecurity situation in Nigeria? That's the question we are asking this morning. Let me begin with Uyosa Adobo joining us from the UK. You're following the sequence of events in Nigeria in the last couple of years, and just when you think that the insecurity situation is being tackled, something drastic happens. I mean, we watched with serious concern in the last few weeks where we've been seeing kidnappings left, right, back, especially young people, children from schools, even though we've been told that some have been rescued, some are still incarceration. Give me your take on what strategies, new strategies that needs to be adopted to deal with this challenge.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Son. I believe the issue of insecurity is not just affecting one geopolitical zone, it's affecting the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria. And every state literally is having its own fair share. So there's a need for national unity for us to come together as a nation to ask ourselves the question, how long can we live with this level of insecurity? People are literally scared living their home. So there's a need for us to come together and tell ourselves the truth. But like I always say, insecurity in Nigeria is very political, highly political. So as such, it's like I always say, when somebody who stole your rope is helping you to look for your rope, you're never going to find it. So a lot of government personnel, top government personnel, they are also benefiting from this insecurity that we have in Nigeria. That's why it's very difficult to tackle this insecurity. But like I said, it's not about the strategies. It's all about ensuring, putting measures that people who reach, people who should be able to make example. Because the last time when I was watching on you, I saw how a Boko Haram, a leader of Boko Haram, who was convicted, was given 20 years. That doesn't send proper signal, because that kind of person could also get a presidential pardon in later on. These people should be fired. These people should be killed. So we need to be sending strong message. So on looking at the strategies at which we can actually tackle this, we are even lucky that the people, the Boko Haram and ISWAP, they have not even gone so digital, because now we'll be fighting a lot of war. If you look at the war that is currently going on, people like the ISIS, they are not just fighting physical war, they are fighting both digital wars, they are fighting both cyber war. So we haven't gotten to that, but very soon, if we don't tackle all of these issues, we're going to be having even cyber war in Nigeria. So for me, the first thing is, as I said, we need to run what we call surveillance, a high-level surveillance on top military officers and also top government functionaries, because the last time when, up to date, we are still asking the question, who gave the order, who asked the military personnel to leave the school when those kids were abducted. So we still haven't found that. But this is not going to happen in the US. It's not going to happen in the United Kingdom. They're going to fish the people out immediately. So nobody's still able to tell us who actually made those orders. So it tells us that fact that we are not being serious. We are not taking this security issue seriously, as a thing as grievous as that. So first of all, we need to run surveillance, because I believe that our military is already corrupt, is already infiltrated already. So we need to be able to bring out the bad eggs from there. So we need to run a surveillance on this top military personnel to know who is leaking our information, who is giving that intelligence to this Boko Haram. So that's the first aspect we have to look. Then two, again, we also have to do what we call OCO, which is the offensive cyber operation. And what we are trying to do is to ensure that we look for a way to dismantle these people, disable all their digital assets. Because these guys, they communicate their channels, whatever they communicate with their website and everything, we need to be able to dismantle all of these persons. Because if they cannot communicate, for you to be able to carry out an attack, it's a coordinated approach, and that requires information, passing of information up. So if we're able to get access to these people, how do they communicate? How do they plan the attacks? So these are very important. So we also have to run a cyber operation. Then we also have to look at intelligence gathering, checking these top military personnel and how they infiltrate our system. Then again, I also said it, if you look at most of these Boko Haram, look at these bandits, the headsmen. If you look at the weapon that these guys have, AK-47, our police officers, military personnel, they don't even have the weapons that these guys have. So we also need to invest on our equipment. Some of the military, I was watching a video when I watched a military officer, a retired military officer, was talking about how his rifle, he was trying to fire, his rifle was not working. The rifle that they gave to him is longer dated. So we need to invest on our equipment, because you cannot have this bandit carrying AK-47
and we cannot even equip our local vigilante, we cannot equip our police force, we cannot equip our military very well. So it's also a problem. So we have to do that as well. So equip our military personnel, equip our police, new technology. We are fighting, we are at war with this bandits, we are at war with Boko Haram, we are at war with herdsmen. So we need to invest on our technology. It's very important.
All right, thank you very much, Uyi. I'll come back to you in just a moment. Dr. Osaze Iyoha, I've heard people say that the biggest challenge that we have in the fight against insecurity, especially in the northern part of the country, is that you have financiers there, you have sympathizers there, you have all categories of leadership that is openly and sometimes tacitly in support of what these people are doing. And then you have the business part of it, which means poverty is also a major factor that we're seeing influencing all of this. And today, many of the people who at one time or the other were involved in supporting these guys, they are well known. And it doesn't look like government is doing anything about them anytime soon. We can recall very vividly the case of Sheikh Gumi, who was rejected in Saudi Arabia. He wasn't allowed to go for the Hajj because of questions around him as it relates to some of these issues we're talking about. I'd like you to build on that as a start-off point.
Yes, so it's unfortunate. So I would just say that Uyosa just took my words from my mouth, because he has probably said everything. It's not a lack of strategies or an inadequacy of strategy that's the cause of the insecurity. It's rather political will. We've never been short of strategy. I've heard it said many times, and that's the complete fact, that the Nigerian army, it's probably one of the finest in the world. Like, we have a history of their contributions in ECOMOG. In fact, in the last decade, the Nigerian army has been has been in front in Africa as a whole. So it's not a problem with our army, it's not a problem with our strategy, it's just the political will. It's just the fact that this insecurity has become a business. It's almost like Goodluck Jonathan said it during his administration, that Boko Haram had infiltrated his government, and it's now very clear. Look at, I was watching the Senate section about a week ago, and we had senators complaining as if, just like how citizens like us would be in the restaurant and lamenting. The Senate president was giving a trail of the whole incident, how it happened. The Senator Baribe had given his own side. The Senate president was literally lamenting to us. He was, the senators were just discussing the issue like how we do it. So it's almost like a business. How do you explain the fact that a general was murdered? I remembered when two soldier men were beaten at Uniben main gate. Then I was around school, and they did everything to pacify them. The school administration went to S&T Barrack and begged them, yet in the evening they still came in and beat students. So I mean, it was just soldiers who were beaten, but this time a general was killed. I mean, and nothing has happened. There's very evidential report that a general ordered that the troops should be withdrawn in the school where they were guarding, and reports, this was the Senate president himself giving the whole analysis, that the troops called the students during the day and were teaching them martial arts, we're teaching them how to dodge bullets, we're teaching them how to hide, so this was like a premeditated action, because if you were there to defend them, then why are you training them? So they trained them in the afternoon on the field for like 2-3 hours, according to the Senate president's account. Then in the evening, there was an order for them to leave. So you see that these are all orchestrated. Look at the budget. Defense has always gotten the highest share. In the last budget, this 2025 budget, defense has about 10% of the total budget. The total budget is about 54 trillion. Defense alone has about 5 trillion. Education is just about 2.5 trillion. Health is about, so health and education combined is just a little over defense by just 1%. Health and education allocation combined in the budget is about 11%. Defense alone is about 10%. So you see that it's a business. And when you look at the budget, what will it be? They will tell you that, oh, they are feeding each troop, member of the troop, with 10,000 naira per meal. Meanwhile, those guys are probably not eating up to 300 naira. They will tell you they're budgeting this for bullets, for ammunitions, for jet fighters, for jet air fuel. Meanwhile, none of this, there are probably no helicopters in the air. So you see that it's just a business. See, I used to tell some of my friends, during military administration, the way these military presidents make money, like Abacha's time, is that they just call the CBN governor and print money for me, print so and so amount and send it to my Swiss account. But you can't do that in democracy because there are laws. The CBN Act has laws. The last printing that we did under Buhari administration has left us in soup. So the way democratic administrations make money is contract. That's the only way they make money. Contract to provide food for the troops. They'll tell you that they are changing their uniform every 6 months. Meanwhile, probably in the last 5 years, some of them haven't changed. You've heard military men who have left, who have either resigned or who ran away from the army. We know Femi Falana's son has been defending most of those who escaped, and they've been, so most of them have said the same thing, that they are going on an attack to Boko Haram, and members of the army give intelligence to these people. So it's just political will. We can do all the strategies from beginning to end until the politicians see themselves. I was happy you brought Sheikh Gumi's account up. This is Mecca. I mean, the home of Muslims, the home of religious in Islam. They were not comfortable with him coming. They returned him immediately at the airport. They didn't even allow him enter. And this is someone that we'd have this is someone that we negotiate with constantly. He's like the go-to person. The government, he's like an authority. He tells us what we want. He tells us that we give amnesty to the South Niger Delta youth. We should give it to them. He's an authority. He's a voice. So, and this is someone who the home of Islam has rejected. So UK has also banned him from entering. US has banned him from entering. Major countries, and he's like an idol with us. They were interviewing Bayan Onanuga and asking him how the girls were released, and he said he used the word that they were released. How? Did you pay ransom? He said no, that DSS reached out to them. So it's just appalling. And the point is, from an economic point of view, is that it's so unfortunate. Sometimes I bleed. It's because trust is the game of business. When you have issues, the American government just designated us as countries of particular concern. Immediately, Trump made that statement. The next day, the Nigerian stock market lost by 1.3 trillion naira. I mean, 1.3 trillion naira. So trust is the game of the business. By the time we are losing global trust, we have almost become a caricature. So just to answer your question straightforward, it's not a lack of strategy. It's just a will not to, it's just a political will, because people are benefiting. People get alerts every day. They just sit down in their home and alerts come for feeding troops.
Dr. Yo, have you seen it? Have you seen any of those alerts? Have you seen any of those alerts?
Because those budgets, okay, where has 6 trillion, where has 5 trillion, 5.79 trillion in the budget for the defense gone? We bought Tucano aircraft, if you remember.
There's also no evidence that the entire tranche of that money, 6 trillion or over 6 trillion, actually got to the defense ministry, as it were, because that's also part of the challenge. Those monies were budgeted for. What is the evidence that all of those monies got to the defense ministry? Yeah.
So the next question will be, why did it not get that if at all it wasn't released? Then the next question also will be that if there is really a genuine interest in getting this war fought, then why has the defense authorities, why have they not come up with, because the last budget, they said it was implemented 75%. This budget, we are being told by the budget office that last 2 weeks when the head of the budget office made a statement, said 70%, it has been implemented 70%. So let's just assume out of 5 to about 3. And the report, if you listen, has been that the president has always said that he does not hold back defense budget. He has said it severally, that even if all budgets have been held, Ali Ndume, the senator representing Borno, he has been until recently, has always been the head of the Senate Committee on the Armed Forces, has always repeated that the defense budget is always released up to date. Okay, let's even go to the Tucano aircraft. That was the issue of contention during Buhari's administration. He wanted US to approve the Tucano aircraft, and there was a back and forth about it. It has been approved. During Buhari's time, they bought about, the last time they asked Baya Anoduga, why are we not using this Tucano? Like I said, that it's going to lead to mass destruction if they are not able to select their target. So why did you buy it in the first place? Trillions of naira was budgeted for this. And the essence of that was that yet what we were told was that it would be able to select targets. So the Tucano aircraft are probably just doing cobweb somewhere, but they said it works. So it's just a lack of will.
All right, let me pause you there, Dr. Iyoha. I'll come back to you. If you just join us, it's still Politics Today, reaching you live on independent television and radio. We'll take a short break. When we return, we have more to talk about as we look at the state of insecurity in Nigeria, especially against the background of some of the latest development, the President Donald Trump's comments about Nigeria being a country of concern, and then the appointment of a new Minister of Defense, and then the calls for the sacking of the Minister of State for Defense, who some say doesn't even have a school cert. So how did he get to such an exalted position? How did he become a governor in the first place? These and lots more when we return on Politics Today on independent television and radio. Stay with us. Independent television and radio this lovely Saturday morning. Still on the state of insecurity in the country and the need to adopt new strategies. Perhaps the comments made by President Donald Trump became a wake-up call to the federal government to see how they can make some changes in the architectural structure of security and see how that will pave the way forward. But if not for the resignation of the former Minister of Defense, perhaps a man like General Christopher Musa won't be in the saddle. Maybe this is divine intervention. But there have been calls that Matawale, the Minister of State for Defense, should not be part of the new regime in the ministry. The concern is that if we have the man in charge, sacked or resigned, his deputy should also resign. Let me get your take on this, as we look at some of the bold steps being taken by Mr. President to deal with this issue. And then we also have on the background the congressional voting about Nigeria when this issue of genocide against Christians came to the fore. We've heard that the Congress voted in favor of a decisive action from Mr. President, talking about President Donald Trump in dealing with that issue. You started by saying that unless and until we have a uniformity of purpose amongst critical stakeholders, we are not moving forward, especially with some of the reports that are coming from some leaders in the north who are tacitly supporting, openly supporting. Some have been alleged to have been involved in sponsoring bandits and their spouses abroad. Some have been alleged to be involved in the emergence of Boko Haram and all of these issues.
Yeah, sorry, like I said, you see, it's worrisome to think that at this time we are still asking ourselves, do we need external forces such as the United States to come into Nigeria to help us with this insecurity we're facing? That shouldn't be a question, because we have shown time and time that we are incapable. We are completely incapable. We need help. It is not shameful when you need help to ask for help. So at this stage, we need help to solve our insecurity problem. Except, like we already know, it is all politics and people are making a fortune out of this. So for me, I think the need for the Western world, take America for example, to come into Nigeria and help us solve our insecurity problem is something that we don't have to emphasize, overflog. It is very obvious. Then if you look at over time, we have shown that we are a nation that are not ready, because way back from even during the time of Jonathan, we all were here in this country when we had the bad Dasuki Gate, how somebody took money, made a budget meant for the military, and so much amount of money was missing. So if that has happened, so it's just like I said, it's a ripple effect. It's what we are finding today is something that it was just working. We're just adding to the level of incompetence, level of like decadence that everything has happened over time. So it's just like a continuation of them. And because we are not taking any decisive measures to ensure that anybody who is found guilty, anybody who is found wanting his collaboration with this will be dealt with decisively, we will not find a headway. That's our problem. So for me, it's a welcome call that the Congress in America, they voted for a decisive action to be taken in Nigeria. This is a welcome development, something that we all Nigerians, every meaningful way Nigerians has been hoping for, and we are happy. And we're just going to look at how they are going to come in and help us solve this, because obviously at this point in time, I don't think the government knows what they're doing. Because
let me just take you on one point. I've heard people talk about, they're a bit excited at the opportunity of having maybe the U.S. come to Nigeria's aid and all of that. But it's on record that the U.S. Overtly or covertly may have also helped in some sense to allow insecurity to fester in Nigeria. Take, for example, in the days of yore when former President Goodluck Jonathan was in the saddle. He made frantic efforts to get certain categories of equipment and ammunition. All of these were blocked. We can't forget in a hurry how a private jet was intercepted and impounded in South Africa. We later got to find out that that private jet was actually trying to help the government get funds to those who were willing to sell arms and ammunition to Nigeria at the time, after the U.S. under President Barack Obama blocked it. So it's sort of crazy now. The same government that didn't give Nigeria the needed support at the time to get the right equipment and ammunition to take on these guys is now coming out today to say they want to help. Do you think this is really, really genuine? Uyi?
Yes. If you look at the global stage, even the current fight between Israel and Iran and every other state, you discover that there are a list of countries, numbers of countries who have actually supported Israel when they started their fight with the Iran and other neighboring countries that were fighting there. But over time, you see some of these Western nations, like the United Kingdom, they all made a shift. They said, no, we can't support you again. This has to be done. So this is politics. During when Jonathan was in power, a lot of external forces wanted Jonathan out for their own personal reasons. America is not coming to Nigeria to help us for free. They have an interest. So, and they have always had an interest. The United Kingdom also have an interest. So, at the end of the day, it is at every point in time, what serves their interest and what starts, that's what they go for. So, but what we should look at because of the fact that we know that these people were also part of our initial problem, does not mean that they are providing solution and we shouldn't take it. We know the capability of Americans. We know what they can do. We know what, if they decide to come into Nigeria, how well they will be able to help us. But we also know that it's going to come with a cost. And no foreign nation can come into your country to engage your security issues without talking with your security chiefs, without having a blueprint on how this operation is going to go out. So it's going to be a plan. So we need to know what they are offering us, and it's left for our service chiefs to tell ourselves that yes, we are okay with it. Yes, we know that they have been part of the problem, but we are not going to look at it because somebody offended you or somebody did something to you back then, and the person has a clear path, has a clear way to help you to solve your problem. You say you're not going to accept that. So that's not good. That's
okay.
Not
let me pause you there again. I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you in just a moment. Dr. Saze, let's talk about one major thing that has been trending in recent times is Mr. President's remarks of supporting the adoption of state police across the Federation. And I think the Southern governors in a meeting recently also came out strongly to say they support this initiative, except that people were concerned that in that meeting, they dressed in an ashobi as if they were going for a party. Instead of, it was supposed to be a security meeting, but they dressed in ashobi as if they were going for a party, and that became a very low point in that meeting. But be that as it may, give me your take on this issue of creating state police to be able to complement what we already have to drive out insecurity in our land. Whether we like it or not, I mean, we've had series of kidnappings, even in Edo State, in recent times, and that means these bad guys are just everywhere. And it doesn't look like governments at different levels really have the capacity to confront these guys head on. And that's why this whole thing seems to be fledgling. Let me get your take on this.
Yes, so very straight on that. I have a problem with the way we try to solve our issues in our country. We seem to always want to find a soft way to avoid confronting the issue. So for me, it's never been an issue of state police or federal police. It's just been political will, back to political will again. Because see, state police, I fear that if governors have control over their police, I don't know what will happen to political opponents. I mean, a governorship, if I come that I want to be governor of Edo State, and the governor has, or any states without any specification, the governor has control over the police, I'm not sure I'll be allowed to spend 2 days in that state before they will chase the other opponent out. So I have a problem with, I don't think state police, we had state police during the regional days of Awolowo and so on. So it's just been like regurgitating our problems. There was a time we were practicing parliamentary system. They said, oh, parliamentary system is the problem. We need to go to presidential. We came to presidential, and there's a talk of going back to parliamentary. We were doing 531 or so education system. They said, oh, 6334 is the best. And now we are thinking of going back. So we keep going around in circles until we see. It's just about political will and a decision to allow things work. Until we start doing that, we'll just state police. If the IG is working in consonance with the governor, I don't think whether it's the state government that is controlling it or it's the federal police that is controlling it, it will never be a problem. In a situation where you have strong men, I've always said that in economies, in countries where you know the leaders, there's hardly ever going to be development. When you go to, probably Uyosa or whoever is in other countries outside Nigeria, you don't even know the name of your mayor. You don't know the name of your governor. You don't know the name of your person. In fact, on news, you hardly hear the president. 3 months, you barely hear the president's name. But in our country, before the person even eats, he says, thank Mr. President for providing this food for me. So by the time you keep hearing strong men, so there's so much emphasis on men. So I'm just tying it to your question. Until we have a sit-down decision that we want to make the country work. It's just like, oh, government is not able to provide water, we now start sinking boreholes. Government is not able to do our roads, we start buying SUVs. So it's just we are just looking for another excuse again. State police is not going to solve the problem.
But there's been talk about a semblance of state police already existing in the country. For example, even in the northeast and even northwest, where we have majority of the problem of insecurity, you already have what you call the civilian JTF working alongside, our regular security agencies to complement their efforts. And then in some northern parts of the country, you have what you call the Hisbah police that seems to be, complementing what the regular, security agents are doing. And back here in the southern part of the country, most states have what you call vigilantes, which is, a semblance of that. But we perhaps just need to really, make the whole process solidified, and then they are properly armed to be able to confront these guys who are also wielding dangerous weapons. And until and unless we do that, I'm not sure we can really make any headway. I know there are concerns about the process being abused, but we haven't even given it a try to know what the challenges are or where the challenges are going to come from, so we know how to rework them, retool them, make all the necessary adjustments, and then get the best out of it. Because as we speak, these guys are in the forests. And if you are not armed, well armed, you can't confront them. The vigilantes that we have, with the kind of equipment that they have or ammunition they have, they really can't confront this guy. But if we have a holistic approach in dealing with this issue, get hunters associations involved, get the Vigilante Network of Nigeria involved, I'm sure at the end of the day, we can make impact. And if there are loopholes, based on the emerging challenges, those challenges can be dealt with. Can you build your argument or presentation along those lines, Dr. Yoha?
I was trying to avoid the strategies of a team, but the point is this: if we really want strategy, we don't even need too much of those men. I was watching the news last week. Enugu state government just launched a command and control center, state of the art. In fact, when I watched it, you go in there, you have AI facilities that it identifies your face from wherever you are. Enugu, their command and control center. So according to the governor, and they have people there who are paid 24 hours. The entire states, even to neighboring states, are covered. So they see whoever is perpetrating whatever at the instant point, so you don't even need men. You just send drones, and according to the government, they've procured drones. You send drones and you target because the satellite has already. Why people are afraid of America? Because they have over 5,000 satellites in the world. When America came to rescue their citizens, I think during Jonathan's administration, it was a swap attack. It was one night. Most people did not know. It was the next morning they knew that Americans came to rescue their citizens from the bandits. So we don't even need all those. Okay, yeah, we
more
need
technology.
It's technology, simple.
Yeah, we should.
If you've been following the National Assembly also, CCTV was budgeted for Abuja, trillions of naira during Buhari's administration. Nothing was done. So you can imagine a whole city. I mean, the federal capital city. There's no camera.
All right, let me pause you there, Dr. Yoha. I'll come back to you as much as time permits. But our studio line is open, 080-7777-0300. Hello, caller. Good morning. Welcome on board Politics Today. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, people, for a good job. Yes, it's your photo the constitution of fathers in this country, South of Africa. I'm also on the insecurity.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm saying this is a lack of political will. Yes, I've changed service chief many times. Service chief have changed many times. And even the people of defense have changed right now. Tell you all these people is not the problem, it's political will. After I change all these people, and things are getting from bad to worse. It's the government they are not willing. That's why you can't negotiate with bandits. You don't negotiate with bandits, you don't be in the black country. You can go to the government will negotiate with bandits and pay them. How can this is encouraging them to do more? For this state to another state, for this.
All right, Ultimate Degree, thank you. We don't have so much time, so we can have more callers into the program. I'll be coming to you, Uyowosa, so you can conclude with your contribution on your final and parting words. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. The voice of the ordinary people.
The voice of the ordinary people. Where are you calling us from?
From Benin. From Benin.
Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, this the problem with this insecurity in the country is that our government, they are not sincere. That's why the problem is many. Dubai government green list of people sponsoring terrorists in Nigeria. The government has refused to prosecute those sponsors. Even Saudi Arabia, the same thing. Gumi that you don't mention, that man is moving freely in the street. Nothing happened to him. But look at the way Nnamdi Kanu was arrested in Kenya, far country. They went to arrest him. So as these people are here moving inside the country, nothing happened to them. Sir, I want to respond to what you said about the former administration of America, Barack Obama. That man, don't say America, they have two parties. We have the Republicans and the Democrats. The Republicans are better off. They support Christians. They support the Christians. What? Barack Obama was the one that made Jonathan to sign gay marriage. Jonathan refused. That is why he punished Jonathan with all those weapons. He refused to give to Nigeria. But Donald Trump is sent by God.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution. 08077770300. That's our studio number. You're live on Politics Today. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning, caller. What's your name? Good morning. What's your name?
The Oracle from the GROA.
All right, the Oracle. Please go ahead.
I think your guests, they are very intellectuals. They are very highly endowed with the knowledgeable requisite. They are said it all. Our problem is corruption. Second degree corruption. Third degree is corruption. And some 15 subsection 5 give power to the tiers of government. The local, the state, and the federal to abolish all corrupt practices and abuse of power. But they won't do it because they are making more money from it. That's my case, sir.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Don't forget, you can also follow us on all our social media handles, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and of course, X at ITV Radio NG. You can follow this program there and post a comment there. We'll highlight it on the course of the show. Hello, caller. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, tell us your name and where you're calling from. Wishing you the same.
Good morning to panelists, analysts in the house.
Thank you.
My name is Solomon Asaga.
Okay, Solomon, go ahead.
In a situation like Nigeria, sometimes we begin to imagine whether the government are also comfortable or enjoying the insecurity serving in the country. Let me use for example in my state now. I learned that since my governor take over the office, that the lowest amount that will come every month for security vote is 800 million. Then I ask my question, how much are they buying a chopper that we cannot have to move around in the state? If the citizen are now beginning to see the government are making money for the insecurity, you cannot blame the citizen. What is the problem of the citizen? What is the problem of the government? We are negotiating with terrorists, those with arms. I feel maybe they are winning to Nigeria. We see them make a broadcast or video or wherever. We cannot track them. And we also have a network provider, which we spend heavily for. So sometimes it's just a pity that over 10 years now, we have been in this quagmire, and we are not leaving the quagmire very soon.
Okay.
Because we see the government celebrating these evil people, these terrorists, and we see the uniform personnel moving around along the road looking for cassava and yam to hold when there are terrorists in the bush. And we see every year we spend a lot of money in security, and security vote must flow every month. So it becomes a regular business for the government. If they see they are not making money for it, let's save the Nigeria so that we will know where we are heading to.
All right. Thank you, Solomon Ataga. Thank you. I'm afraid that's much time will permit us on the program today Politics Today on Independent Television and Radio. I want to say big thanks to Uyusa, who joined us from the UK. Uyusa is a cybersecurity expert. Uyusa, thank you for your time with us on the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
And Dr. Saze Iyoha, thank you for joining us. You joined us all the way from Canada. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Saze.
Yes, sorry, just before we go, I will just say the appointment of the Minister of Defense. I think we are celebrating too much. The Minister of Defense is a political appointment. He can't give order to even a recruit. So I think it's just cosmetic.
Okay, so we'll keep our fingers crossed and see what he's able to do. Now he's in charge of the ministry. When he was the Chief of Defense Staff, he said, well, people said, well, that's just is a ceremonial head in a sense. He can't do this, he can't do that because he's not a political head. Now he's been made a political head. Some are saying, oh, he can't give a directive to a recruit and all of that. But let's see how all of this will play out in the days to come. That's a package today on the program Politics Today on Independent Television and Radio. I'm Sonny Dukukosun, thanking you for staying with us. Have a great weekend. Remember, be security conscious. Bye for now.
Thank you very much for joining us on the program Healthy Living. What is the kidney?
The kidney is an excretory organ in the body, which is for metabolism.
Tuberculosis affects many organs in the body, but the common ones it usually affects is the lungs.
Epilepsy is a neurological problem.
Okay.
It is an injury in the brain which causes someone to begin to convulse, to go into fits.
It is curable, but the cure is a long-term thing.
If you eat well and avoid those risk factors that will make your immunity to be down, then the risk of contracting tuberculosis will be reduced.
If you're healthy, then you're wealthy.
ITV, certainly the best.
Benin Cultural Dance, a unique dance and quality dance steps of the Benin people. This dance is a vibrant mix of traditions, arts and beliefs, deeply rooted in the country's diverse ethnic groups and their rich history. The dance has artistic expressions depicting the people's history. Benin people have been